side already looking to move into that A bomb site with a split through Ivy, but there's CTs everywhere.
Yeah, as they jump out through the smoke, Get Right does find one, but you see Device being able to return, as do Glaive and Magisk, and the bomb dropped out in the open. Dig really just trying to recover what they can right now. It's not looking too great. Big kill at least being done by Halzerk, but at this point left alone. His position is also known, and all three of them are just facing them at the same time. That nade, I don't think actually landed any damage, choice especially. And you've seen Freiburg with that main spawn looking to see if he could catch the crossover towards E-Box. Didn't initially. It was Glaive that he done the damage onto, but it ended up following up with a kill elsewhere then, and the flashover is perfect. Get Right and Halzerk popping out. Magisk and Glaive are gone. The A-bomb site nearly completely overrun. There is still Device up in heaven to try and put up a defense. See if he can delay potentially for Xyp9x to move through, who has actually come in through the connector smoke as well now. So this may not be expected. Unfortunately, left in the 1-on-3. But if you want any man in a clutch, it would be Xyp9x. Oh, this is pretty much impossible. I honestly don't know how he lived so long, right? Certainly, and it is definitely a possibility. A little bit of damage, as you said, done early on, definitely helping out these scouts, especially on the side of Astralis. Halzerk ended up getting tagged by one there as he was trying to actually go through the smoke, and the Vice just retrieving the AK.
But Forest and
overall, a good spot.
Without a doubt, go down to the scouts. The Debris not able to catch an angle. That's the second M4 gone. The scout from afar not able to tag Freiburg up. And as he swings out wider, Glaive is tucked away. They have no idea about his position. They should suspect the player Pop Dog, but the angle was superior as they were holding for Pop. Forest goes up close, tries to deal with the UMP, but just biding time for Xyp9x to get into position and let the time run on down. Clutching, trying to grab it back. As Exist comes out, he grabs Xyp9x. That could be the kill that opens it up for Freiburg to come on the flank, but he misses the spray at first, almost putting him down.
Almost being the key word, because he then got help from Halzer, given the room to push through B and get that flank earlier because of the control they found in the beginning of the round. I was going to say, but it's going to be tough for him to get a lot more done. But as he gets that kill, I mean, both of these remaining players are extremely low. Obviously, not knowing the position, didn't spot the head apparently of the player in towards Sandwich. Won't expect him to be up on blue train, and Halzer will find the trade. But then from Ivy, probably not going to do a lot with the main push coming out of A main, at least until they close in the distance. Not really much being done. The spam under actually does some small damage. Halzer down to 40 or so. The shot being connected by Xyp9x. It really didn't matter because he got the headshot. It was actually, sorry, the Deagle of Magisk to finish off the low player, but it's all on Forest. That's the main thing. A 1-on-3 initially. He's got that first kill, which at this point does let him focus towards Ivy because he should know both players are coming from this position. If he can make it in behind. The issue is he doesn't have much time at all to do so. Has finally been spotted, but he needs his teammate moving out onto B, or his teammates moving out onto B to actually find success. And there you go, Halzerk. He gets the trade. It's going to at least give them the bomb plant. But unfortunately, the 1-on-3 that he's left in is going to be so difficult. But barely any held. What the hell? Halzerk, he hits another shot quickly, but the flank is just not expected. He left me speechless.
The density of the team as they move forward, and Dignitas not going to get more than one surely on a lot of these angles. Even Glaive shutting them down one at a time. It's all down to two. And Exist in with one, but not able to double that up. Halzerk with the op. Shot from afar. He missed it, and that's it. He has to bait the shot of Device and go for the planter. But Magisk is there as well to take him down as he swings wide.
So far on Train, we're not really seeing that from them. It definitely seems like Astralis have pretty firm control for themselves. Halzerk, though, does catch Dupree trying to spam away through the smoke. Device was ready as he came back through. Magisk as well on the secondary op, going to be able to get one. But it is still the 3-on-3 for now. And Forest is creeped out in towards Olaf. With that, will catch Magisk peeking in. I think the Molotov going down, he was using that to cover off one side so he could peek in and hold main instead. It just didn't work out for him. A big opportunity for Device that unfortunately he did miss.
That was...
and just didn't expect him to go back towards Ivy, apparently.
He just spotted him CT and thought he'd obviously crossed right, but no. And the Xyp9x was last spotted towards Pop Dog, but we're talking 20 seconds ago. They're aware he could be in connector, but they're not ready to take him down. The master of clutches in with an opening duel, and now just Forest to contend with. He knows where he is. The molly is going to be late, though. It will stop him falling back. The spray underneath, sadly.
Actually find that opening kill, of course. The distance, though, is really being closed in by Dig. Actually going through the smokes as well. Freiburg catches Glaive. Get right up on top of the bomb train. Going to find Xyp9x coming in through connector, and now it's all on Magisk and Device, the two M4s that are in play. Magisk, though, unfortunately, with the effort of getting those first two kills, has already been taken low. Although they may not expect the Vice hiking in on the bomb site, tries to peek around, but he's the one instead to be caught off guard by GetRight, who was actually holding up close. That was a nice shot, to be fair, but we're going to be forced back into playing a little bit more passively. There is still one player up close. Zipex, I don't think quite connecting that shot. It looked like it was on the head. Glaive's only able to find one as they drop down, but Dupree in position, and there we go. The flank I had mentioned from the Vice, it did indeed come in. He's able to deny that bomb from being planted, and GetRight and Freiburg, unfortunately, already been tagged up, are left alone to try and save this round. And with it now just being Freiburg, despite getting one kill, you can't really fancy his chances. He actually had two already in that round.
UMPs isn't ideal. They're going to go more aggressive with the op that they have. Magis, he's getting tagged, but somehow still takes down a second as well. What is that? Magis is an animal. Glaive wins a duel on a UMP as Freiburg tried to fade through the smoke.
For the moment, I mean, the sole defender on B is Dupree. He's pushed in towards heaven. Probably the correct decision since he is so low. Oh, Magis apparently didn't see Forrest there. He had a nade in his hand the other way, so he was screwed. I think Forrest was just waiting a second to see if anyone else would show themselves. But there we go. Yeah, indeed, the Vice is going to be able to get that final kill.
Dead and all by his lonesome here on the site. Exist is trying to create some distance, but couldn't get it done.
Yeah, I mean, they are actually going to be able to make their way on towards this bomb site. As you said, not enough, unfortunately, by Exist. We end up seeing Magisk as well, then taking down Halzerk long range. As that P250 does come in clutch, and look at that, the flash over. Forrest is caught completely blinded. Despite having some support, they weren't able to chime in until he did go down, but they have again returned it now to a 2-on-2. But I don't think they expect this quick connector flank. Neither of them at the moment are going to be looking back, even being cautious. The Glock, though, not ideal for Zipex. If Magis goes down on the bomb site, they're in a lot of trouble, but he will get that first kill on Freiburg. At least delay a small bit, but GetRight actually has a kit. He's just going to smoke a hop on the bomb. Zipex has to get in, spamming away, and hope he can find that kill, but he won't in time. GetRight comes in clutch. Passive right now by the CT side. They're only going to be finding the info in about the next couple of seconds that the push is actually in, and unfortunately they find out with the kills that are found by Astralis. Exist though, coming in big from Popdog. That MP9 gets a double, and the Vice left on only 23 health up against two opponents. It's not very likely, and yeah, GetRight is going to confirm that the risk and reward at that point is B aggression though. Dignitas could catch him off guard. Zipex, I believe, tossing the flash in. It must have blinded up Halzerk. As he goes down in the background, Exist at least able to return, and with that even escapes.
On the other side, he shut them down on the pistols and made sure no plank came through. This time it's Forrest from afar that's going to be helping him out. And the swing from Exist, he wasn't spotted behind the spools. They couldn't see him. And that should be the round concluded. Device, a big clutch to make happen. Gets around the corner. I'll never understand how.
That's a risky one either way, but indeed he's creeping forward, looking to see if he can spot anyone. Maybe take a couple more with him before he does eventually go down, but not going to be allowed.
I'm really just hoping that their opponents will get aggressive. Eventually, they're going to pop out the utility, start to move forward. The AWP are already spotted. They're going to keep on facing with the Deagles. And he'll get scared once they get close. But no, he just actually swings out to close it. Good stuff by Halzerk and Forrest. At the site, a communication comes through a little late. Halzerk already tagged up and taken down. And this is looking so good for Astralis. Device with a double kill. Slippery. He just comes through Ivy. And all of a sudden they've got a bomb plant and a huge advantage. How's this happened?
As they move in with these rifles. Nades-wise, just the one flash, and that's not going to be thrown out as of yet. And Magisk on the Deagle takes off the head of Exist, knows that GetRight has gone up in towards heaven. Freiburg, though, still moving on the ground, looking to try and clear out as many positions as he can. Gets two, but Dupree coming in from Ivy, not quite finding the frag. But he got them off the bomb for a second to spin again. Will they be able to stop it this time? There we go, Glaive. He's won the round for them. And it was also, of course, the Vice who came up massive with those.
The side of the head by a Tech 9. Can't hear a thing with all the ringing. Then taken out. And bomb site overrun, Device with a double, and he's opened it up this time with the AWP. Things are going so well for Astralis, a second from Magisk, and that was through the smoke.
Yeah, I believe the player was completely blind as well. You can't be any more unlucky than that. GetRight eventually pulling one back, but Dupree has just gone ahead and put himself through that sandwich smoke.
Hasn't been heard. He might. I don't think he can get there in time. They've lost the player to the bomb.
Yeah, or Forrest even. But I mean, he was trying. He actually did tag up a couple players before eventually going down. And in theory, the scout certainly can be retrieved. There's no one up towards Ivy at the moment. Instead, Forrest was on top of Blue Train, and that's given them an AK. That's even better. But they're still outmatched in terms of the manpower right now and in terms of the overall weaponry. And you can see, realizing they've lost an AK over towards the A bomb site, have decided to just bring it towards B, where they know the weaker weapons will still be in play. It was just that USP for Halzerk as he goes down. Forrest, not expecting this lurker. Device should have a kill from behind. Depends how quickly he moves in. Forrest begun to move back even.
Look in and maybe try Oh, the timing. It's so bad. And that's worked out quite well. Random spray. Good kill by Freiburg.
We've seen actually a couple players from Astralis getting up very close in sandwich before being spotted, but it doesn't really seem to be causing too much trouble for Dig. They're still pulling all of the kills pretty much in their favor, as it was only Freiburg so far to go down. If Forest got this final kill, it'd be a team ace, but I don't care who gets it as long as they confirm this round win and put themselves that bit closer to the overtime, as they do end up losing.
If they can just keep them back, he's got the god tier timing. Halzerk's got the god tier opto already in there in a double, and as he slowly moves forward, Exist is in there with a great flank and the final kill.
Trying to keep these players in position, I suppose, but he's not going to expect Freiburg up close, so he gets dropped quite easily. Glaive will at least be able to find one, and with that, actually, they're going to start moving back over towards A. He has the CT spawn, he has the control to try and at least slow the rotation down, but Freiburg, of course, still being in position with 6 seconds left. They need to get the bomb planted. It's not allowed. And there you go. Dignitas, they kick off the overtime by winning that round as well. And that was just massive, that round right there from Freiburg. Being able to find that first player coming out, Ivy, a little bit more. Right now setting themselves up for the A split again. Molotov in towards the site. I don't think that landed. I think that actually failed as it went a little bit too high, apparently. So still giving room for the CTs to play around the bomb site, but they find the opening in towards Ivy at least. But Forest is ready. Already finding one. The flash actually blinding up a couple of those players as he tried to tap away. Unfortunately, wasn't able to connect, and Device actually finding himself a second on the op has brought this into a 4-on-1 now. Dupree, he just says no, there's no hope in the retake for his. As we said, moving on to Dust 2 could be a struggle for them. And right now setting themselves up again for what is going to be the ace, but they need to actually reclaim control of A main because there is a CT pushed up aggressively. But so far, that's not their biggest worry. It's actually Glaive over towards Ivy picking up a double for himself. Dupree gets one. He makes it easy for Magis to actually get the trade on the op as well. And Glaive,
really impressive. Turn things around completely, and a quick headshot by Forest. As Zipnik goes down, the rest of his team going to be making their way out. But Glaive, he just completely W-keyed up through Ivy, took himself a frag. They deal with Dupree in the trade, though, bringing it back into a 3v3. They're looking to punish Ivy. Little do they know, Magisk is there waiting for them and taking Freiburg down.
Yeah, it's Garrett and Halzerk to keep them alive. Garrett actually surviving that shot and ends up getting the kill. The Vice is going to be a little bit upset about how that one has gone down, but his teammates still... He will go down, but that just doesn't matter anymore. They have plenty of money to rebind to this final round of the overtime, which so far has been a chaotic and entertaining game. I have been loving it. Halzerk wanting the early peek towards Ivy. The Molotov went down, making things a little bit more complicated for him. Even if he got that kill, he would have been in a lot of trouble, but Magisk didn't give him any chance. And now we're seeing Dig just group up outside B.
They're just going to barrel down and look to deal with them. Zipnix was so good on the CT side at holding B when he was contested, and he comes through again for one. The spray over. I don't know how he deals with Forest on that. Fading back through it, sees a player up on top. He's going to look at him eventually, and he catches the kill in time, but up above him, no idea. Zipnix is there, ready to close out the map, Dean. And 19-17 we go. What a map that has been, but it's not the end of the series.
Most of the players coming out through lower tunnels and letting that smoke now move away. I think it's more so faking that they could have moved up through short already and then peeking in towards middle that quickly to bring it on towards A, where already we've seen them reposition. They have a couple players set up over towards long. It is just a massacre as they're coming forward. No more kills, but so much damage being done, just making this that much easier for the Dig players to go ahead and finish it off, and Freiburg gets all three.
We always say it's a coin flip. Oh, there's the nade, there's the kill with it, a double as well. Get right, shutting them down. The USP comes out to finish it off with a 4K. That puts a quick end to Astralis's. And in trouble, no utility either. His teammates can't support him. He's got to win the fights with the FAMAS, and he can't get it done. Now the site's going to be overrun, and Dignitas left in a position where
FAMAS over to Halzerk potentially gets himself the M4, and they will have a relatively okay investment. I mean, as you said, the short control of most of the Astralis players, giving them the chance to play off the bomb. Exist will be able to find that opening, but they need to go quickly. They have no more utility remaining. Dupree is delaying them quite massively here from short, and eventually actually finding himself a couple of kills. That was ambitious for us to jump up, but it's all on Halzerk. Gets that first kill, but just doesn't have time. It's no longer possible. Zipex isn't going to be peeking at all. He had backed away on short, realizes he is now one.
Out of control, Dean. It's too late at night. I'm going mental. But there are 4 players behind that smoke, and as of yet, Exist not hitting a single one. Eventually connecting something, but Magisk, he gets annoyed. He doesn't like being poked, and he answers back with his own kill. Look at this from Forest's perspective. player up above the smoke, but he takes him down and traded out by the Molotov. Fortunately, Get Right slips into the bomb site and grabs a double. All of a sudden, Device is in a 1v3. The flank coming through late from Freiburg. This gives him a chance. A 1v1 on the side. He spots the player. Good shot. Bomb is down.
Time actually retreating back to join up a Halzerk, and now as they move in, Device, he has a pretty solid position to try and hold down that door, but doesn't hit the spray.
Forrest has still got one to work with, but they flash out. They're just going to blitz towards him. Exist missing the shots. This is all on Forrest. Get Right comes in to help from the doors, but he is pretty much locked out now. Continues contesting. And in fact, good for a frag, but the spray is just a little bit too much through the wood. Zipnix takes him down on a man advantage to...
Yeah, not going to be letting up on the gas at all, really. Dupree already finding that first opening, and even waits for Magisk to get ready at the door for that, but the point stands. Astralis are leading 6-3, and very convincingly, yeah, Get Right has caught Glaive off guard, but Dupree was also behind him.
Both of them, it did. Halzerk's in trouble, moving forward, looks for another around the corner, but actually, they're not able to deal with Device at all. He picks himself a double. That's what happens, team. We've known each other too long.
Device doesn't care. He was straight up short. This is such a quick place play, and you can see they gamble towards B because of those last few gun rounds. Freiburg is doing what he can, and he does give them a double, but the Molotov not quite extinguished. Forces them actually to be taken low, and eventually finished off through the gap in the smoke. Suddenly, it's all being pulled in favor of Zipix. Glaive chimes in with one onto Get Right.
Short player, but the one on ramp can still see, and nothing being heard. Dupree spotted and taken down. Exist in a 1v1 now. He knows Glaive is down near the bottom of the ramp, but he wasn't ready for him.
The second gun round, I believe, when they were able to buy back in. Zipix already confirming himself a couple of kills. It's actually Glaive who gets the 2 on towards A. Zipix does eventually.
They've been going by so quickly.
It's been a while.
Like, they just don't die. As I say, that Magisk falls. That's the first opening duel for Dignitas, but immediately trade it back. Great nade onto Dupree's head. But he tags up Halzerk and forces him back. The Molotov going to ensure no further peeks as they look to move down towards CT. But hold on. Look who's already here. Forrest rotated down. He looks for the spam, giving away his position. But as Device falls, Dupree goes down to 19 HP. And despite them being on B, this actually... They will have spotted him. No? Surely. No, I thought they spotted him in the doorway. He crossed over and he could see them, but they couldn't see Glaive. He's got B all to himself. The bomb's on the rotate.
Moving in, it's Glaive. He was blinded for a moment. That was his chance maybe to move forward, but waiting for his teammate to get closer on long, and Halzerk realizing that was rifle as well. He just doesn't care.
How many weapons were in play here? What is going on? But that just goes down to how much money they have. We mentioned it earlier. Zipix, though, he might have money, but he doesn't have health. It doesn't translate, unfortunately. And an AK now picked up for Exist. Maybe a shot for Dignitas. If Astralis didn't very quickly move towards that B bomb site where Freiburg is to hold down by himself. He gets himself one, and that's all. And Device looking to cut them off. He missed that shot. Let's pretend we didn't see it. But he's been flanked out. Up on short. That should be Forrest taking him down. But in the... We'll still go for this.
Yeah, I highly doubt they'd buy 5 ops, but... Yeah, moment, Glaive is ready to swing at the bottom of the doors, and Dupree potentially on Xbox. Not allowed. Forrest actually got himself into a better angle there where he was able to isolate the one-on-one. Been spammed up a little bit in return, but already having them a 2-man advantage right now. It is not a bad spot to be in. Even hits the flick up. What?
Excuse me?
Okay, that happened. Zipix pulls one back, but they're going to have to pull off a fantastic 2-on-5 here. And okay, maybe. I mean, it is still Zipix alive. And Dupree at this point needs to make up for that previous team kill, so he might be fired up as well. Not allowed though. The bomb just barely being planted. Zipix though caught in the smoke. Already like 10 health, and yeah, Freiburg finishes him off. All 5 grouped up in the tunnels and looking to commit onto B. The initial dink's actually going in their favor. The nade helping it with the finish, but they're all blind, giving Magisk quite a bit of time to tap away. Eventually getting himself that second kill as well. It was a bit awkward with the help of Zipix and now also Device on that flank who they delayed to allow him to actually get into position. He, if that Glaive is shot off. One more on the bomb site being known. That flank though around mid, probably not going to be expected, although it gives them the chance. But they were also immediately ready to follow up through the window.
About wide swinging. To a point where it's irretrievable. Freiburg getting dropped. The rest of the Glocks start popping off, firing away. The nade in the hands of Glaive goes through, but it's a little too far behind. They're already out short. They're finding 2 kills. This is getting very awkward. Get right moving forward, gets caught off by Dupree, but Exist in with another, and he manages to pick up an M4 now, head peeking, spraying away, but 4 HP left.
And actually taking themselves control. But it also forced Astralis to buy back up into mostly the M4s, apart from that single MP9 that they have kept in play. And already with Dupree aggressive in lower tunnels, they find the opening advantage. Device then spots the head of Halzerk popping up in pit, and it's a 5-on-3. Oh, and Zipix just doesn't care. It looked like he was going to go through that smoke as well. It does cost them in the end. And was actually tagged up heavily by Device. I'm not sure how that happened. Perhaps a nade, I believe. Glaive will be able to return one, so it doesn't make things too dicey for them now. It's still a 2-on-4 that they firmly have control of.
Oh, okay, Device goes down, but the trade's not possible for Exist or for Forest. A little bit of cash. This is kind of half in, half out. And as Freiburg falls, a couple more around.
Tapping away. I mean, the hope here was definitely being the bomb plant. Forest can get himself to buy as well, but just barely. So the bomb plant would have given Get right enough, and also would have helped Forest with getting utility. But so far, only the 1 kill being found, unfortunately. The weapon also not being retrieved. It was actually thrown away. There we go. Forest, despite being low, picks up a big headshot on Device towards middle. There is another player looking to face Bazipix. He's not going to let any other kills be.
Team to propel themselves ahead. You saw those T rounds where they just rushed down lower mid to B. Bomb site, though. And Halzer can still see cross, so he knows there's only one player towards B. Unless there's a little uncertainty as to whether someone slipped by.
That can be a possibility, but I do believe that they should have been aware. We've seen the aggression from Device over towards short being shut down. Trying to claim the long control, though. They do end up losing one player themselves on the Dignitas side of things. Forest managing to catch one. Was that a long range 5-7?
Magisk might be able to do it. He's got to with the M4 if they want to win this round. Glaive! Oh my, that's a wallbang headshot up on the site. Freiburg's taken down. What a way to lose it. The buy that sees only 2 strong rifles in